In this video, we are going to apply this same graphic from the cup onto the lid. So first I'm going to go to Scene, I'm going to show the lid, and then I'm going to right click on the cup, I'm going to say Copy Material, and then on the lid I'm going to say Paste Linked Material. And that's so that if we move the graphic around on one, it's going to move on the other one. And this would work great, except this red dot on the bottom is actually going all the way up to the cap. So we can change that. If we double click on either of these, it's going to open up the materials. I can go to labels, and this red dot, I'm going to change the depth. The depth is how far does it affect the parts, I guess is a good way to put it. If I say move texture, I can see that it's being projected from this spot. So I can change the depth to be 1 inch instead. And the idea is I want it to be big enough of the depth that goes through the areas I want it to affect, but not so big that it goes through the areas I don't, like the cap. So now if I look down here, it's still on the bottom. I can see it from the top, but it's not up here. I'm going to just click on the check mark because I'm done moving that red circle. Now I can see the nutrition facts are actually on the lid, and that's not good. So to fix that, I'm going to move this label. Because I have a linked materials, I'm affecting one material. It's going to change both of these parts. Let me go to move texture. I'm going to try just moving it. I could move it by hand, or I could go down to angle and I could change the Y as far as position. Y is up and down on rendering programs like KeyShot. If I change that to 0, that looks pretty good. Now it's not on the lid. And if I look down here, I can still see the bottom graphic. Perfect. That's still there. That's in a pretty good position, and that actually matches our specification just perfectly. I'm going to click the green check mark there, and that is a lid. Except if I look at just a lid, so let's go here and hide the cup. The specification calls out that the lid should be red on the bottom, semi-transparent red material. So to do that, I actually need to split surfaces again so I can apply different materials to this. I'm going to just double click on this one and go to Tools, Split Object Surfaces. I'm going to do the same thing we did for the cup. Now that I split the surfaces, I can go back to Scene, and this lid threads part, I can delete that just to clean it up. And then lid threads triangles is the two pieces I just split. So I can see this is the bottom. This is the top. I'm going to go to the bottom, double click that, go to labels, and I can actually delete both of those. And I can go back to my scene and I can show the cup and the threads. Now for the cup, I'm going to, or the threads, I'm going to change that material. This one here, I'm going to make that glass solid. Glass solid lets us do a transparency distance. I'm going to change the color to be 0 is good. Hue, yeah, 0. And then change that saturation to, let me go 30. And this is kind of trying to get close to what the designers wanted. About like that. And we did the window already. So that is the lid.